Listen, I hear you guys. It has been stacked with Jordan 4s this year. We've had some of the most popular colorways like the Red Thunder 4s, the Military Blacks, and more recently the Black Canvas 4s. And today's pair is no different. It's definitely up there with some of the cleanest colorways to drop this year. So let's check them out. Okay, take a look at the box. Another trend that we've had this year and even last year is this special packaging with the all-over speckling on the box. So very similar to the Military Blacks that came in an all-over black box with the silver speckling. This is exactly the same, it's just navy with the silver speckling. Now, of course, you get the flight text in cursive and the red Jumpman logo right in the center of the box. Other than that, you're pretty much looking at the same stuff all around it. Either way, let's pull them open and let's take a look. Whew. This is the Jordan 4 Midnight Navy. So here they are, another absolute banger of a Jordan 4, which unfortunately I think just because of the sheer amount of insane Jordan 4s that we've had this year and still upcoming, I think these might get buried a little bit within all of the releases. But hey, if you're a Jordan 4 fan, you're loving life because there is so many really solid options of not just GR colorways, but also some hyped up collaborations as well. And yes, I'm talking about those Amamenyers which are dropping in November. Either way, I definitely think these Midnight Navies hold their own. I mean, just look at this colorway. It is super clean, and I think it's pretty much the closest you're gonna get to a white cement Jordan 4 without actually having a white cement Jordan 4. So let me give you guys some of the release details and specifics on this pair of sneakers. These are supposed to be dropping on October the 29th. Like we've seen with a lot of specifically Jordan 4 releases this year, there's been some hefty delays and sometimes they even drop them in specific regions. So the EU and the UK drop it first and then you guys out in the US get it a couple months later. Either way, as of right now, they are set to drop on October the 29th. So let's cross our fingers, hopefully no more delays. And as for the retail price, it's £180 here in the UK or $210 if you're out in the US. Now, pretty crazy story about this sneaker. If you've maybe noticed that there's a decent amount of early pairs of these things knocking around, like just on StockX alone, there's over 400 sales of these things. Real quick, guys, I'm editing the video and I just want to touch on something I said. How StockX has already sold over 400 pairs of this sneaker. However, when I went onto StockX, you can see it says the number of sales is only 304. But I'm almost certain that it was over 400 sales. And then it made me realize, like, maybe StockX stopped sales of the Jordan 4 Midnight Navy just for a little bit. But yes, StockX did essentially stop the sales of the Jordan 11 Cherries as well as a pair of Jordan 6s, I believe the metallic silvers. And obviously these will definitely be included in that group from the Memphis Nike distribution center, which I'm now going to explain, so carry on watching. And I actually think this could be because of the other nickname that this sneaker has, the Memphis 4s. Essentially, a story broke earlier that a Nike distribution center in Memphis was robbed and ransacked of over $800,000 worth of Nike sneakers and apparel. And shortly after this, we started seeing a ton of images of people with tons of pairs of the Midnight Navy 4s and like the Jordan 11 Cherries and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, the Midnight Memphis 4s has a kind of ring to it, especially because apparently, according to Complex, the robbery actually happened just after midnight. Either way, we're getting away from ourselves. Let's get back into the sneaker. Let's start with the metallic materials. You'll be happy to know, at least if you're someone who really wasn't enjoying all of the different canvas variants that Nike had been putting out with the blank canvas, the black canvas, the Zen Masters. These come in a decently soft and tumbled white leather, which covers the entire upper of the sneaker. And traditionally, when it does come to Jordan 4s, the leather quality is pretty decent. It's a lot thicker and sturdier than like what you would find on a pair of 1s. Now, aside from the white leather, of course, you get the rubber mesh panels, which are just underneath the laces on the forefront of the sneaker, and of course the medial and lateral with these little perforated ventilation holes. Now, the color blocking on here is pretty much identical to the white cement Jordan 4. These literally just replace the black with all over navy. Those navy accents you find on this sneaker start with the rubber eye stays. Of course, that comes in navy, the midsole and some of the outsole, as well as the Jumpman around on the back of the sneaker and the tongue. Reverse of the tongue also comes in navy, and the actual sock liner is all over white. And then, of course, you get the traditional speckling. So I guess the only difference between this speckling and a white cement 4 speckling is this has the navy dots instead of the black dots. But the gray is still the same, and of course you find that on the midsole around towards the back on the pull tab, and then the same plastic pieces on the medial and lateral. I think this white, gray, and navy kind of works together super nicely, almost a Georgetown type of vibe from this sneaker. Of course, if you're a fan of the white cement 4s, you were never able to get them. Well, this is a upcoming alternative to that. There is definitely something to say about an all-over leather pair of Jordan 4s. Like, I mean, we've been getting a lot of variety this year with the military blacks even having the suede on the toe box, which I understand some people may not like. And then, of course, all of the canvas variants we've had of the Jordan 4s. So I guess when it comes to all over leather 4s, this is probably one of the best colorways this year. At least I think so. I think this is super clean. It's going to be incredibly wearable. And of course, as we know, the Jordan 4 hype is at an all-time high. People just can't get enough of this sneaker silhouette. Now, in terms of sizing, I personally go true to size when it comes to Jordan 4s. And that's what I'm going to recommend to you. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you've never tried on a pair of 4s, I would just stick with your Jordan 1 size or just stick true to size. But listen guys, the Jordan 4 Midnight Navy, the Midnight Memphis 4s, whatever you want to call these things, it's a banger in my opinion. Again, they're going to be dropping towards the end of October. I would love to know your opinion on these things. Let me know down in the comment section, but that pretty much wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for coming through, hanging out. Thank you for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I'll catch you guys in the next one. But until then.